The Tsum Valley Trek is a culturally rich and visually stunning adventure into one of Nepal's most remote regions, nestled in the Gandaki Province north of Gorkha and bordering Tibet. The trek is a journey into a valley steeped in ancient Tibetan Buddhist traditions, dotted with sacred monasteries, hidden caves, and breathtaking landscapes. The Tsum Valley, known as the Hidden Valley, is not just a trek, but a spiritual pilgrimage into the heart of Tibetan Buddhism in Nepal. Starting from Kathmandu, the journey begins with a drive to Machhakhola, the gateway to Tsum Valley. The trail initially follows the Budhi Gandaki River, passing through lush forests, terraced fields, and traditional Gurung villages. After reaching Chisapani, the trek veers right, leaving behind the more frequented Manaslu Circuit and entering the secluded Tsum Valley. The trail winds through rugged terrain and dense forests before reaching Chekampar, the capital town of Tsum Valley. Located at an elevation of 3,030 meters, Chekampar is the main settlement of the Tsumba people, where ancient Tibetan culture is still very much alive. The village is surrounded by terraced fields where crops like millet, barley, and oats are grown. Most trade in this region is conducted with Tibet, which lies just across the border. Cultural and spiritual highlights. One of the most significant spiritual sites in the valley is the Milarepa Cave, located beyond Chekampar. This cave is named after the famous Tibetan yogi Milarepa, who is believed to have meditated here. The cave is a sacred pilgrimage site, attracting visitors who come to meditate and seek blessings. The trail to the cave is challenging, with steep and narrow paths, but the spiritual atmosphere and the panoramic views make the effort worthwhile. Further along the trek, you'll come across Gompa Lungdang, a nunnery perched on a hill with spectacular views of the surrounding mountains. The nunnery is a peaceful retreat where you can witness the daily life of the nuns and participate in prayer ceremonies. The trail to Gompa Lungdang is tricky, with steep ascents and descents, but the serenity and spiritual significance of the place make it a must-visit. The trek also passes through the villages of Lamagaon and Chumling, each home to ancient monasteries that are central to the religious life of the valley. These monasteries, adorned with intricate murals and ancient scriptures, offer a glimpse into the deep-rooted Buddhist traditions of the Tsumba people. The trail to these villages can be challenging, with narrow paths that require careful navigation, especially during the monsoon season. Rupchet, another significant stop on the trek, is a small village that offers stunning views of the surrounding Himalayas. The trail to Rupchet is less traveled and can be tricky, with steep climbs and rocky paths, but the village's isolation and the beauty of its surroundings make it a rewarding experience. Finally, the trek culminates at Mugampa, the largest monastery in the region, located at an elevation of 3,700 meters. This monastery is the spiritual heart of Tsum Valley and serves as the final destination for most trekkers. The Gampa is surrounded by dramatic mountain scenery, making it an ideal place for meditation and spiritual reflection. The Tsum Valley Trek typically takes around 8 to 10 days depending on the pace and itinerary. It is considered a moderate trek, though the tricky trails and high altitudes require a good level of fitness and some prior trekking experience. The trek involves crossing rivers on suspension bridges, ascending steep paths, and navigating narrow trails along cliff edges. Since Tsum Valley is a restricted area, trekkers are required to obtain a special restricted area permit. Additionally, it is mandatory to have a licensed guide accompany you on the trek, as independent trekking is not permitted in this region. Milarepa Cave, a sacred meditation site associated with the Tibetan yogi Milarepa. Gampa Lungdang, a peaceful nunnery with stunning mountain views, requiring a challenging ascent. Monasteries of Lamagan and Chumling, ancient religious sites that offer a deep dive into Tibetan Buddhist culture. Rupchit Village offers panoramic views of the surrounding mountains, reached via a steep and tricky trail. Mugampa, the largest and most significant monastery in the valley, surrounded by breathtaking scenery. Wool and textiles. Wool from yaks and sheep is used to make clothing, blankets, and traditional rugs, namlas, which are essential for warmth during the long, cold winters. While agriculture and livestock farming are the primary subsistence activities, the people of Tsum Valley also engage in various other activities to generate income. The valley's isolation and the scarcity of resources mean that most households have diversified their income sources to sustain their livelihoods. Yarsagumba, Cordyceps sinensis. Harvesting. One of the most lucrative sources of income in Tsum Valley is the harvesting of Yarsagumba, a rare and highly valued medicinal fungus that grows in the high-altitude regions of the Himalayas. Yarsagumba, also known as the Himalayan Viagra, is used in traditional Chinese medicine and fetches a high price in the market. Every spring, villagers trek to the high pastures to collect yarsagumba, which is then sold to traders who export it to China and other countries. Trade with Tibet. Historically, the people of Tsum Valley have engaged in trade with Tibet, exchanging agricultural products, wool, and livestock for goods such as salt, tea, and clothing. Although the volume of trade has decreased in recent years due to political and economic changes, some trade routes remain active, and cross-border trade continues to be an essential part of the local economy. Tourism. With the opening of Tsum Valley to trekkers in recent years, tourism has become an increasingly important source of income. Many households have started offering homestays, guest houses, and guide services to trekkers, providing them with additional revenue. However, tourism in Tsum Valley remains relatively low-key compared to other trekking regions in Nepal, allowing the Tsumba people to maintain their traditional way of life. Handicrafts. The Tsumba people are skilled artisans, producing a range of traditional handicrafts, such as woven textiles, pottery, and wood carvings. These handicrafts are often sold to tourists and traders, providing an additional source of income. Despite their rich cultural heritage and self-sufficient way of life, the people of Tsum Valley face numerous challenges. The valley's remote location and lack of infrastructure make access to basic services such as healthcare, education, and transportation difficult. The harsh climate and limited arable land also pose challenges for agriculture, leading to food shortages during the winter months. However, with the introduction of road connections and the growth of tourism, Tsum Valley is slowly opening up to the outside world. While this brings new opportunities for income and development, it also raises concerns about the preservation of the valley's unique culture and traditions. The Tsumba people are navigating the delicate balance between embracing modernization and preserving their cultural identity. culture of the Tsumba people is deeply intertwined with Tibetan Buddhism. The valley is dotted with ancient monasteries, chortens, stupas, mani walls, stone walls with carved prayers and prayer flags, all of which reflect the spiritual significance of the region. The residents of Tsum Valley are devout Buddhists who follow the teachings of Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava, and the Tibetan yogi Milarepa. Festivals, religious ceremonies, and rituals play an integral role in their daily lives, with many residents making pilgrimages to sacred sites within the valley. The Tsumba people speak a unique dialect of Tibetan, and their way of life is closely linked to the natural environment and the seasons. Traditional attire is still commonly worn, with women donning colorful aprons and men wearing long woolen coats called chubas. The people of Tsum Valley are known for their hospitality and simple, yet content, way of life. Agriculture is the primary means of livelihood in Tsum Valley. The valley's high-altitude terrain and harsh climate limit the types of crops that can be grown, but the Tsumba people have adapted to these conditions over centuries. The main crops cultivated in the valley include barley, a staple crop. Barley is used to make tsampa, a traditional Tibetan food made from roasted barley flour, which is consumed daily. Millet, another essential crop. Millet is used to make porridge and other traditional dishes. Buckwheat and oats. These grains are grown in smaller quantities and are used in various local dishes. Potatoes and vegetables. Potatoes are a significant part of the local diet, along with a variety of hardy vegetables that can withstand the cold climate. The agricultural practices in Tsum Valley are traditional and labor-intensive, relying heavily on manual labor and animal husbandry. The people of the valley practice terrace farming, creating stepped fields on the mountainsides to maximize arable land. Due to the valley's isolation, modern agricultural tools and techniques are rarely used, and the Tsumba people continue to rely on age-old methods passed down through generations. Livestock farming. Livestock farming is another crucial aspect of life in Tsum Valley. Almost every household in the valley owns some livestock, including yaks, cows, goats, and sheep. Yaks, in particular, are highly valued for their ability to thrive in high-altitude environments and provide essential resources such as milk, butter, meat, and wool. Yak and cow milk, dairy products from yak and cow milk, are central to the Tsumba diet. Butter, cheese, and yogurt are commonly consumed, and butter is also used in traditional butter tea, pocha, a staple beverage in the region. Dairy products. The Tsumba people produce a variety of dairy products, including chirpi, hardened cheese, which is a popular snack, and ghee, clarified butter, which is used in cooking and religious ceremonies.